Hello everyone and welcome to our very first chess lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to move the pieces. So the smallest piece in chess is called the pawn. Pawns start on the second row, and how they move is you can move one square forward every turn. So example, if it was your turn, you can move one square forward, and then on the next turn you can go another square. Next turn, another square, and so on. But it's not only one square at a time. If you haven't moved your pawn yet, you can see this pawn is still on the second row. You can move it two squares forward. But after that, you can only move one square at a time, like this. But if it was on the third rank, for example, third row, called rows ranks in chess, if it started here and it moved up one square, you can't move two squares again. You can only go one square at a time. So you can only move two squares if you haven't moved the pawn yet. The pawns move forward, but they capture pieces diagonally, like this. You can move forward like this, or you could take the enemy pawn. You started here, you go that way. Or you could take this pawn, like that. So pawns capture diagonally, but they cannot capture forwards. You cannot capture this pawn with your pawn. If your pawns end up like this, they're stuck. You can't move them unless there's a piece like this and you capture it. Now both pawns can move down the board one square at a time. But you might be saying, I haven't moved this pawn yet, so can't I move it two squares forward? No, you can't jump over pieces. So these two pawns are blocked unless they get out of the way or one of them gets captured, so the blockade is gone. So that's how the pawns move. Next piece we're going to talk about is the knight or the horse. Horses and knights, whatever name you want to call it, they start one square away from the corner. So go one, and then from the corner you go one square. Straight the corner, you go one square. Knights move in an L shape. You go one, two squares up, down, left, right, and then you turn a corner. So you go one, two, turn, like this. One, two, turn, like that. Or go one, two, turn, like this. So move in an L shape. One of the trickier pieces in chess to master. Go one, two, turn. One, two, turn, like this, or like that. You can also jump over pieces. Knight is the only piece that can jump over other pieces. No other piece can do this. Horses are really good at jumping. They're special that way. You go one, two, turn, and you just jumped over this pawn here. So that's how the knights move. Next piece we're going to talk about is the bishop. Bishops start two squares away from the corner. So you have the corner and then one, two. You have the corner and then one, two. There'll be a bishop here too. So how bishops move is they move diagonally, like this. As many squares as you want. If the bishop was here, for example, you can go all the way down here, diagonally. So that's how the bishop moves. Next piece we're going to talk about is the rook. Rooks start on the corners, the very corners, edges of the board, and they move in a plus shape. So go up, down, left, right in a plus shape. As many squares as you want, as long as it's not off the board or through a piece. Like if If the rook was here, you could go all the way down here or all the way over there. Straight lines in a plus shape. A plus shape like this. So that's how rooks move. Next piece we're going to talk about is the queen. Queen is the most powerful piece in chess. You really don't want to lose your queen, because if your opponent has a queen and you don't, they can probably easily win. The queen is like a bishop and a rook combined. So like queen can move diagonally like this, but also like a rook in a plus shape. You can see the queen can go in a lot of different directions. Any direction, in straight lines. As many squares you want to. You can go all the way down here, or all the way over there, or even all the way down here in one turn. If it was your turn, you can go all the way down there. Just like that, in one turn. So queen is the most powerful piece, and starts right here on the D file. You notice this column right here. This column has the D label on it. So you start in the center two. You'll notice the D and the E are the middle two columns. You start on the same color as the team you're playing as. If you're playing as white, you start on the light square. If you have the black queen, you start on the black square, like that, on the same column. Now, the last piece in chess that we're going to talk about is the king. King is the most important piece. If you lose the king, you lose the game. The whole point of the game in chess is to protect the king from the other team. And you have to try to attack the other king, the enemy king. So the king starts on the center columns, just like the queen, but on the opposite color squares. So the white king starts on the dark square, and the black king starts on the light square, on the E file. The king is the weakest piece other than the pawn. You can go one square in any direction like that. Like the queen, but only one square at a time. You can go here, for example, and next turn you could go here, and the next turn you could go here. So that's how the king moves. If you're feeling confused about any of these pieces, the king, the queen, bishop, knight, rook, or pawn, if you're feeling confused about any of this, feel free to rewatch the video. Make sure you understand how these pieces move, because they'll be very important in the following lessons. In the next lesson, all the way up till even the last lesson. To play the game, you have to know how the pieces move. Make sure you know this. It's very important to understanding how to play the game. So next lesson we'll be talking about the rules of the game, checks, checkmates, stalemates, things like that, and I'll see you there.